you ever felt that there's more to this world than what meets the eye? Are you fascinated by the mysteries of the world? Do you believe there's more to this life than what we see and hear? You are not alone in that belief. Cryptic Conversations is a show that explores the mysteries of the unknown, delving into the world of spirituality, supernatural, and paranormal phenomena. Join us for mind-blowing and epic conversations as Tunes from the Crypt invites guests to entertaining and educational topics to explore life's mysteries, uncover the hidden truths of the world, help you find your intuition, your true power, potential, and more. So, if you're ready to take a journey into the unknown, then join the conversation.
Call me crazy, but we have crazy solar activity lately. The sun is in a powerful cycle. Lots of solar flares, solar flashes, coronal mass ejections lately. And they say that the sun in its power is here to help us with our ascension process. And the frequencies that are hitting the earth are powerful and magnificent. You might be feeling tired lately, drained, but it's all for good and a good cause. And when you look at the sky, I can see the changes happening. Look at that. You can see it better through the lens of my sunglasses. You can see it at night too. Stay strong, everyone. Let's keep raising the frequency. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Cryptic Conversations. Today is Sunday, January 28th, and something's calling me to create this episode and talk about some things that are going on astrologically, cyclically with the sun, the solar cycles, and just kind of where we're at astrologically. It's been kind of difficult trying to keep the episodes going and getting entertaining and educated guests on the channel. It's been kind of difficult lately. So if you're interested in being on the show, reach out to me at tunesfromthecrypt@gmail.com and we can see about getting you on the show. So today I kind of wanted to just discuss something that's been on my mind lately, something that I'm noticing, something that a lot of people are noticing around the world. I'm not an expert by any means, but something is calling me to break out of my shell more and share. I have a lot of information. I'm not an expert, but I have a lot of information, things that I've been studying on my whole life. And so I have a lot of information that I just feel called to share to kind of help the beginner get to my level, I guess, so yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if you're aware, but those clips that I posted in the video to open up this video, we are in a interesting period of time. The solar cycles are, I think they're an 11-year cycle, and these next couple of years the sun is going to be at its most intense cycle, with a lot more solar flares, solar activity, a lot of coronal mass ejections, and the theory is, that the sun, even going back into ancient times, the sun was a god. The sun is God. I've even come to find in religion, sun is the god. It brings life to the earth. When you really think about it, and I've been spending so much time in nature. I don't know why, I've just been called to spend a lot of time in nature and do a lot of sun gazing, and I just feel a deep connection with the sun lately. And they say that the sun is providing us our DNA with code. It's providing our DNA with information. It's helping uplift us and helping uplift the collective, helping uplift humanity. I don't know if you're aware, but we're just in a very interesting point in time. Like, I don't know if you're aware, if you realize, but we are in a very interesting point in time. Like, we are blessed to be alive at this time. We are transitioning from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius. And, I think we can all feel it. It's just, there's a lot of changes happening. And so I want you to know that, it might seem like there's a lot of darkness, a lot of war, sickness. I think things are going to get worse before they get better. But we are transitioning into the age of Aquarius. We are entering the golden age of humanity. And so I just want to give you some good news. And in my research, what I found, the age of Aquarius is the golden age of humanity. And it's going to, how many years is each age? It's over 2000, like 2,160 years for each age, right? So we're entering the age of Aquarius. So that cycle will last 2,100, give or take, years. And so in this age, we are entering the golden age of humanity. It's no longer, it'll be an era of environmental sustainability, free energy. It'll be an age of enlightenment and an age of awakening. It'll no longer be living through the ego. It's going to be humanity. We're all one. We're going to realize that we're all connected. We're the collective. It's all one. Everything's connected. And so it's going to be, it's not, something, also a thought is always coming to my mind. I'm always telling myself, it's not about me, it's about we. And so some people might watch this video and think I'm crazy or whatever, but trust me, I've been doing the research, and I just feel called to share this information. I just feel called to share this information and keep the channel going, keep providing some valuable content. And so I thought I would read something for you here, and I'll link this into the video. So I found this online from Elizabeth Peru. So she wrote a detailed article about our ascension process and the solar cycle 25 and the year 2024, and the role that the sun plays in our ascension process. And so I'm just going to read some of this to you, and I'll also link it to the video. So, since early 2020, have you noticed that your life lessons have accelerated? Yeah, I definitely have. I'm sure many of you can relate. Perhaps you've seen an influx of change, with old patterns and personal cycles that have been 10 years or more in the making constantly coming up for review. One could immediately lay cause at the feet of the global pandemic, yet all occurrences on our planet have cosmic origins, and those cosmic origins in particular can be mapped to the great cycles of our life-giving star, the sun. The sun is a dynamic, constantly shifting, hot glowing ball of plasma gas located at the center of our solar system. It's the incredible energy source which is responsible for our ongoing balance and existence here on Earth. And as such, every living being has an affinity with the sun and its highly charged energy waves. We intuitively sense and feel the ever-shifting nuances of the sun on both a physical and on a non-physical level. For at our core, we too are energy beings, a part of the cosmic whole, ever expanding and developing in stellar consciousness. It's that development in consciousness which is the central development theme of your human life. In spiritual terms, it's known as the ascension process, and it's as infinite as you are. With ascension comes wisdom and an unfolding remembrance that you're a child of the stars, here to learn and grow through the vehicle of your human life. And it's your ascension path, your growing and self-knowing, that's at one with the solar cycles. So essentially, and then she talks about, the 11-year, just like the moon has its cycles, the sun has its cycles, an 11-year waxing and waning cycle of the sun. 2024 is a pivotal year for the elevation of consciousness and the next phase of humanity's opportunity to work together and ascend, or to further separate and create an ever-deepening divide. Let's see, so 11-year solar cycles. As we know them today, were first studied back in the late 1700s by a Danish astronomer.
Christian Horribo. He noted that it appears that after the course of a certain number of years, the appearance of the sun repeats itself with the respect to the number and size of the spots. But it wasn't until the mid-1800s that a Swiss astronomer, Rudolf Wolf, established a sunspot numbering series known as the Wolf number, which is still in use today. Known as the solar cycle, it's observed that over a period of 11 years, there's a change in the sun's activity, with significant variations in the number of sunspots generated on the sun's surface. During each solar cycle, levels of solar radiation, the number and size of sunspots, solar flares, and coronal loops produce a cyclical pattern that waxes to a period of maximum activity before waning to a period of minimum activity. So with this knowledge, we are currently in solar cycle 25. We're currently at the 25th solar cycle since records began. Solar cycle 25 officially began back in December 2019, and we all know that the global pandemic had its origins at around roughly the same time. Based on modeling, this current solar cycle has been predicted to be a quiet cycle, much like the last solar cycle 24, which lasted from 2008 to 2019. Solar cycle 24 peaked in 2011, and interestingly, also once again in 2014. 2011 was a year of significant planetary and personal life shifts. It was the year of the Japanese tsunami, as well as other significant global events. So solar maximum in 2024. So recent solar activity from February 2022 onward is already indicating that solar cycle 25 may be more influential than predicted, with solar tsunamis and significant X-class flares already occurring early on in the cycle. The solar maximum for solar cycle 25 is estimated to occur in or around 2025. However, I have a feeling that this may more likely occur in mid to late 2024, as do solar scientists. So essentially, yeah, there's a lot going on. And then there's the pole shifts, which is flipping from feminine to masculine consciousness. So when the poles flip, the sun's magnetic field will reverse. As this field reversal occurs, the magnetic field weakens, then drops down to zero before emerging once again with a reversed polarity. In essence, the sun's magnetic field will move from either a feminine flow, left rotation, to a masculine flow, right rotation, and back again. When the sun's field reverses, it sends energetic ripples out into the solar system, affecting every planetary body, including you. During the field reversal, Earth will see an increase in space weather as we become more susceptible to solar storms and the increasing wave of higher consciousness that heightened solar activity always brings. In late 2019, at the time of the last solar reversal, the sun moved from a masculine wave to a feminine wave. We now have an 11-year period where a feminine energy wave is infiltrating our solar system. From an ascension perspective, this means that you'll be inundated with a call to act upon your intuition, your soul's voice, and to trust in your own innate wisdom. Consciousness growth, the ascension path, and the sun. The sun is a master teacher of the light within our localized physical and non-physical solar system. It's the soul, S-O-U-L-S-O-L, that supports and feeds all of its planetary children with an energy field that's always evolving and generating light codes. And because you are intricately linked with the sun, you two are constantly evolving and embodying a greater capacity to transmit and also to emit the light. The one great overriding purpose of human life is to serve the light and to be the light, to bring your consciousness up to such a level so that you remember who you are. Means that you can purposefully assist in the elevation of spirit. This is the ascension path, and it's a path that we're all treading upon to varying degrees. The ancients were intimately familiar with this great solar ascension path. It's why they venerated the sun in ancient artwork, philosophies, architecture, and literature. You walk along that same solar path. We all do. The year 2024. If solar cycle 25 does peak in 2024, it would align with several influential happenings that will impact global consciousness this year. There will be 5 eclipses in 2024, with the most impactful being the April 8th total solar eclipse. It will be the 3rd total solar eclipse that has crossed mainland North America in 7 years. The next US election will take place in 2024. This will be a contentious energy period spurred on by a peaking solar maximum. The next Russian election will also take place in March of 2024. This will also be a deciding factor for the future of world peace. One of the founders of Theosophy, Alice Bailey, made the prediction in the mid-1950s that by the year 2025, a group of new world servers would emerge on the planet to take us into the Aquarian Age. You can read more in the book 2025 and the World Teacher. Theosophists teach that every 100 years, a conclave of spiritual teachers meet on the upper planes to decide humanity's next steps. Many astrologers are already claiming that 2024 will mark the beginning of the post-COVID era of light. In January 2024, Pluto will begin its 20-year journey through the astrological sign of Aquarius. This is significant for all of us, bringing with it a 20-year period of unparalleled advances in science and technology, as what was hidden will be released into the light. So moving on, I'm going to now talk about the coming age of Aquarius, what it is and why you should care. If you've noticed that the world seems polarized lately, you are not alone. From politics to climate change, from pandemics and to wars, it can feel like the human race is having a really hard time getting along. While these times can leave you feeling destabilized and down, the good news is that the polarization is because we're going through a transition from one astrological age to the next, and the coming period promises to be one of higher consciousness, compassion, and enlightenment. What is an astrological age? In broad terms, an astrological age is a period of time based on the orientation of the Earth's rotational axis in relation to various constellations. The durations are long, with each age lasting approximately, 2,160 years. Beyond the relationship between the Earth and the stars, these ages are important because they point to cultural influences and values, giving us clues about what to expect for future generations. The 12 astrological ages flow backward through the signs of the zodiac, meaning that we are leaving the Piscean age and entering the age of Aquarius. While there is debate about when exactly the age of Pisces ends and the age of Aquarius begins, it is widely accepted by the astrological community that we are living through the transition. The Piscean age versus the age of Aquarius. Astrological ages have different influences, values, attitudes, and beliefs. The Piscean age is characterized by war, machinery, and the understanding that access to information gives you power. This is the age defining the cult of me, and with this came a separation both from nature and from each other. Money, power, and control are core values, and the search for meaning went on outside of ourselves. The Piscean age marks the beginning of modernization. The age of Aquarius marks a thirst for change and a profound shift in the consciousness of humanity as we move from me to we. There will be new paradigms of how people can live together in peace and equality. It is an age of ideas and inspiration where we tune back into the rhythms of nature and allow the creative consciousness to flow. The transition. These transitions can be thought of as waves that slowly build in intensity, with the strongest point at the end of the period. Following this metaphor, the Piscean age is crashing over us as the age of Aquarius is just starting to build. The change is not incremental. It is a simultaneous change that can feel intense and destabilizing. That's the bad news. But the good news is that we've got a lot to look forward to as the age of Aquarius builds momentum. Here are 3 key characteristics you can expect from the Aquarian age. A shift from me to we. The Piscean age had a focus on getting our own needs met. It was characterized by a me-first attitude, where short-term personal fulfillment was prioritized over long-term benefit to the collective. It was a time of materialism and consumerism, and in the Piscean age, success was measured by material wealth, financial dominance, and lifestyle comfort. The Aquarian age ushers in a shift in perspective. The focus moves from me to we as we begin to deeply understand that we are all connected and that nothing happens in isolation. Each action will be considered both individually and globally. There will be an awareness that each person's behavior affects the vast networks of other living beings and things. This is an age of paradox, both more individual and more global simultaneously. Watch as individuals influence communities like never before. The second one is more transparency. That's kind of self-explanatory. The unknown will be known. So in this new age, information is accessible by all and every person is under audit. Actions can be tracked and traced. Behavior is recorded and shared. Expect no stone to go unturned because access to information is available to all. Who you are as a human being will matter more and more. What is your character? What are your values? Do you have integrity? Living in alignment with your higher self will become more important than ever before. Access to information is not enough. Neither is knowledge. This age calls for true wisdom. Number 3, expect massive change. The Aquarian age is a time of great complexity as our sense of personal identity and our very foundation shifts. Expect developments in all arenas, including scientific discoveries, technological advancements, and societal shifts. On an individual level, change and learning will be lifelong and constant. Technology will pave the way for massive shifts in lifestyle. The world you entered will not be the same world you leave. From climate change to space travel, and from post-pandemic culture to the metaverse, we are entering a whole new world. Change is the name of the game, and those who stay mentally, emotionally, and physically flexible are the ones who will flourish. So how to navigate these times? While the coming changes promise to bring us to a place of higher consciousness, times of transition are rarely easy. Given the magnitude of these changes, it's important to have tools to help us down the path. So here are some tools to help you with the transition. With the information overload coupled with the radically shifting background, it is easy for your mind to become overwhelmed and for your anxious thoughts to drain your energy. One of the most stabilizing things you can do is establish a regular yoga and meditation practice. Cultivate discipline, work with your mind, tend to your physical body. Stress, fatigue, and chronic depletion are becoming signs of the times, so find ways to manage and build your energy. Spend time in nature. I'm doing this all the time, every day. This is an age of experience, expertise, and expansion. What lies ahead promises to be infinitely better than what we leave behind as we move from the mind to the heart, from tradition to progress, and from hierarchy to equality. Use the tools the ancient yogis developed to help us move into this brighter future.